Yes. Mark
Bucher. Welcome to No
Did
Filter.
I fuck up your last name?
That's all right, MichaelBlackson.
It's a silent T, Mike, because there's no T.
There's no
Bucher.
Bucher. I went to Philadelphia public school. That's who I blame this shit on. I blame all my shit on Philadelphia public school. Okay, they taught me how to spell.
You and the Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince. Well, shit, he got just. He made it. He went to West Philly. I was in Southwest Philly. So
really? There's West and South?
There's West, there's Southwest, there's North, there's Northeast.
Wow.
Who's cooler?
Yeah.
I'm cooler, man.
What? Oh, really? You're saying Southwest Philly's cooler than
what
West
part of
cooler?
I think Southwest was more gangsters. I mean, I think like those we had like our version of like BMF back in the day. You know, so Southwest was very, very dangerous. They have a street called King Sesson, but no fucking Kings live on that fucking street. Okay, a bunch of robbers, motherfucker. Okay, but besides that, I mean, the thing about these tough cities, it make you tougher, get you ready for the streets, you know. But fuck all that shit. We talking about food, motherfucker.
Yeah, we're hungry.
This guy's you got rid of your burger. You had a burger chain.
I did. I had a burger chain. Lots of burgers.
And what happened?
And as I told you, I was a 5-time world burger champion. And you're like, you look like you ate a lot of burgers at
That's
one
what
time.
I thought. He told me he was a world
Bullshit.
champion. I thought he was like, you know how you do them hot dog contests? You eat a fucking hot dog. I thought this nigga ate all the fucking burgers.
See, when food guys say you're like world champion or something, it means you cook the best.
Yeah.
When you say that to non-food guys, I think you've eaten the most.
Exactly. So, from DC.
Yeah.
Now, question. You know, have you always had interest in food?
No, actually, my mother was a lousy cook, so I had to learn how to cook, or I look like you skinny motherfucker. If I didn't learn how to cook, I wouldn't be able to fit in my clothes.
So seriously, is that how? Is that
swear to
you
God.
started cooking?
Yeah.
Wow.
My mother was a terrible cook, and me and my sister had to survive, so we learned how to cook.
Damn.
Wow, that's amazing.
I mean, how bad was her cooking? What, she didn't season this? I thought all white people don't season their food. But she just didn't season her shit at all.
You know, she made one thing, which was like roast chicken, and we had it every night.
Wow.
Oh, God.
So
it's like when I cook, like I make my kids green stew or red stew. It's like either tomato stew or the spinach stew. And I've been cooking that since I was a kid, way back in Africa. That's all I cook for them, the red or the green shit. Pick and choose, motherfucker.
Well, hopefully your kids turn out like this young man here.
make some money at it.
Like a cook, because you're the worst cook.
Nah, I'm not the fucking worst cook, man. But nah, go ahead, tell us. And so she just made the same fucking roast beef.
Same roast chicken.
Roast chicken.
One flies, one walks. The beef walks, the chicken flies. So she made roast chicken every night, and we just had enough of it. So we went on strike.
Damn.
And my sister and I learned how to cook. We learned how to cook by watching PBS, Public Broadcasting TV.
So did you have to? I mean, but besides that, you still had to go to cooking class and all that shit. Right?
I did. I went to culinary school. Did that. Graduated college. Decided I wanted to cook. Went to culinary school. Got good at it. And then decided that I really didn't want to work in restaurants, believe it or not. I worked in restaurants, but I didn't like going to work when all my buddies were coming home from work. You know, like they're all going out, rocking and rolling in their early 20s, and I'm like going to work. So that was only going to last so long, because you know me. So I decided I was going to own restaurants instead of work in restaurants.
Wow. So you got rid of, now what made you get rid of burger? Is it more money? You went from burger to what?
Steak.
Steak. So is it because more money in steak?
No, it was because someone called me and said, I want to buy your company.
Oh,
otherwise I would have had it. I still would have had
real?
it.
So you get your offer, you're going to refuse?
Yeah, and partners that I needed to get rid of.
Okay, dope. But let me cut to the chase. All right, let me get to the point. Have you ever caught any of your employees sticking their dick in somebody's food because they pissed them off?
Just yours.
I never ate there yet. So I'm probably
no, not at my restaurants, but I've seen the videos.
For real?
Oh, what videos?
Oh yeah, no. There's videos of dudes doing stuff in mashed potatoes in restaurants.
Oh my god.
We don't serve mashed potatoes, but they're out there.
Don't eat fucking mashed potatoes at restaurants.
Never had mashed
And
potatoes.
don't ever send your food back to the kitchen.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in my place,
Mike
it's
always
different.
does that all the time.
No, I don't. If I send it back, I don't even want it anymore. Seriously, I try not to.
Your pancake.
I used to date this one girl. She treat the waitress like shit, and she sent her shit back. I'm like, all right, they gonna beat their dick, pour breast milk in your shit. You gonna get pregnant after you eat this fucking food. Okay?
Well, I had a famous French chef who was a friend of mine, and very expensive restaurant in Washington, like the most expensive restaurant in Washington, where you make a reservation and they call you back, Mr. Blackson, we want to confirm your reservation for Saturday night. Any dietary restrictions, anything we need to know about? And you're like, no, we're cool. You get to the restaurant and the wife, true story. Wife gets a server and says, hey, look, I can't have anything with gluten, sugar, dairy, gluten, sugar, dairy. I prefer a vegan, grass-fed, plant-based meal.
The fuck, the bitch a goat?
Server goes back to the kitchen, tells the chef, who's a 500-pound French chef. You hear him throw the dishes in the kitchen. What the fuck? Comes out to the guest and he goes, Madame, I just want to make sure. We called you to confirm your reservation. We asked you about any dietary restrictions. And you said you didn't have any. But tonight you've got flour, dairy, butter. Oh, she also said no chocolate. He's like, Madame, you need to leave or you may die here. And actually tossed her out of the restaurant.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
So, but that's the thing, right? If you're going to go out to eat at a restaurant, you kind of need to prepare what they have and let them know. But don't go crazy, because when you go crazy,
they're going to do some shit. So, I mean, being a cook, I mean, how is your wife a cook as well? Can she cook? Because, I mean, do she leave that responsibility to you? Now that she know you know how to cook food, she like, fuck that shit. I'm going to go going to go and Home Depot, motherfucker, you cook.
So here's the hard thing in my house. And I've seen your fridge. You don't have the same problem in this house. But in my house, I live in a house of all women. I've got 4 daughters and a wife. And they all think they're expert cooks.
Oh.
And there's only one that can really cook well. My wife isn't one of them. So she may be cooking in the kitchen. And she, of course, can't stand it when I'm like in the kitchen because I'm looking down and like shaking my head. What? What? Well, turn the heat up. No. What? I don't want to burning it. How about put some salt in it? So when she's not looking, me and my kids put salt and shit in her food she's cooking. So just so we can eat it.
You're like the judge of Hell's Kitchen.
Right. But just so we can eat her food so it's passable. It's terrible. And of course, now I'm going to get divorced after she hears this, but it's terrible.
Yeah, I'm sure she won't hear this. It's only in this broadcast.
Yeah, it's in the hood. She won't listen to this. It's only play.
I'm moving in with you, and I'll cook here every night.
Okay, you can move in.
She throws my ass out.
I have to stay in the room with all my old Gucci stuff in there that I've abandoned. What's up, Modasuckas? This is your African King of Comedy, Michael Blackson. Stop what you are doing right now and go find the Modasucka podcast with me, Michael Blackson, on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe, it's free, so go do it right now. And don't forget to catch a new episode every Tuesday.